Hi, this is Ryan Brown from mockquestions.com. In today's video, we will be discussing 5 computer systems analyst interview questions. But before we do that, just a quick disclaimer, these questions are not guaranteed to be asked at your interview. I've pulled all of today's questions and answers from our website, mockquestions.com. Now, let's get started. Question number 1. What are the key elements of software auditing? Auditing software is one of many functions performed by computer systems analysts. Being familiar with this practice and being able to describe critical elements is key to establishing your qualifications for this role. This is an example of a technical question, so you should make sure that your answer is directed to the point. You should also anticipate follow-up questions meant to explore this topic in more detail. Throughout my career, I've learned several best practices involving software auditing. Some of the elements I investigate when performing this task include ensuring that all the software is at the current or appropriate revision level, that each user has a license to utilize the software, ensuring that there are no malicious or unauthorized pieces of software on the system, and making sure that each user is authorized to access a particular application. Question number 2. What is a spoofed packet and how can it impact an organization's network? This is a technical question asking you to define a specific term and describe how it is used in your role as a computer systems analyst. During the interview, the majority of your questions will be technical or operational. Both types of questions help the interviewer understand your qualifications and your experience doing the job. Make sure you keep your answers short and to the point. This will encourage the interviewer to ask a follow-up question if they want to explore the topic in more detail. A spoofed packet is an IP packet that originates from a counterfeit IP address. Although it behaves like a legitimate and authentic packet, it is malicious. Hackers use spoofed packets to defeat a network security and launch threats such as denial of service attacks. Computer systems analysts and network operators can detect these using various tools available in the open market. Question number 3. What types of requirements do you gather when you start working on a new project? This operational question seeks to understand your planning process when starting a new project or implementing a new design. Computer systems analysts should have definite processes they use to plan, initiate, and execute projects. Typically, these are documented and placed in manuals, which can be referred to when new projects arise or to train new personnel. Being able to describe the requirements you use will demonstrate your qualifications for this role. When initiating a new project, there are 3 types of requirements I seek to understand. These include user, technical, and functional requirements. The technical requirements include details such as the required hardware, network equipment, and software applications. The functional requirements address how these systems interface with each other. Finally, the user requirements help me understand how people will interact with the systems and what tasks they are trying to accomplish. Question number 4. Do you have experience designing a new system with limited resources? In today's environment, companies are always looking to do more with less. Being able to describe how you accomplish this effectively and efficiently will help you to establish your job qualifications. You should be able to provide a specific example of how you accomplish this. In my last job, the IT budget was frozen for 12 months, but the team was still expected to implement new systems while keeping the existing ones performing at high levels. In one specific instance, I was asked to develop a plan that would expand the network's capacity without adding additional devices or resources. After analyzing the network usage, I came up with a scheme that would create several subnets. These would direct traffic to specific network areas which had the most resources and reroute traffic around busy hardware. This enabled me to achieve the goal while preventing the company from having to upgrade the network. Question number 5. Some people consider themselves to be big picture people and others are detail oriented. Which are you? Give an example of a time when you displayed this. Anytime an interviewer asks you to give them an example, you should identify the question as being behavioral. This indicates that your answer should be formatted using the STAR framework. You state the situation, discuss the task you need to accomplish, describe the actions you took, and highlight the results. Your answer should align with the job requirements when being asked to choose between having a big picture perspective or being attentive to details. As a computer systems analyst, it is helpful to both understand the big picture while being very attentive to the small details. This enables you to resolve issues quickly while ensuring that your solutions do not have any unintended consequences. I believe I possess both of these qualities. An example of this was when I was asked to examine a new process and determine what other systems may conflict with it. I needed to understand how the process fit into the organization's overall operations while also being aware of how it may impact existing processes and procedures. My analysis determined that the process would not only improve the organization's operational efficiency, but it would also allow us to eliminate several other redundant tasks. This saved the organization 10% of its operational budget for the year. Thank you for watching. If you want more computer systems analyst interview questions, then head over to mockquestions.com today and get started.